Are you the fittest, strongest person in the room? It's been suggested you could be in the wrong room, especially if you want to win a world championship, if you want to be the best in the world, then you've got to keep getting better. And the best in the world, which is why I like coming into this room, a room filled with people who are high achievers. But they will all share that if they don't keep training, educating, learning, getting better, then they're going to get worse. So what are you doing? It's a great ego thing, isn't it? If you think you're the smartest person in the room, or you're the most beautiful person in the room, or you've got the most achievements in the room, or you've got the most gold medals of anybody in the room, that's all awesome. But if you hang out with people who aren't pushing you, who don't hold you accountable, who aren't better than you, how would you get better? So every elite athlete gets better because there's other people to compete with. It's just common sense, isn't it? How could you be the best in the world if you've got no one to compete with? And even if you are the best in the world, the person that you compete with is going to want to beat you next time. So you're constantly pushing each other to get better and better. You might think you're the smartest person in the room or the most intelligent person in the room, but then how would you stretch your brain? Brainstorming is simply storm with people that have a brain, but that brain has to be better than yours or different than yours, because if I keep learning the same thing over and over, what's that all about? My brain's going to rot away. If I'm not pushing my own brain, then I'm not going to get smarter or better or stronger or wiser. But I can't do that by myself. I have to have external stimulus so that I know that I'm getting stronger and better and wiser. So I can say I'm learning anatomy every day, but I love hanging out with people who have an intricate understanding of the endocrine system or an intricate understanding of the central nervous system. That's their personal area of expertise, because then I can ask them questions, I can test my knowledge. But if I'm the only person in the room, how could I test my knowledge? Which is my very next question. This inspiration for wanting people to get better and stronger and wiser comes from, I have an international fitness business college. That's what I do every day. I inspire people, aim to give people the skills, tools and knowledge to have a career or business that they love, to have the skills, tools and knowledge they need to get people fit and strong. So many people share with me when they come to our college, and this is one of the reasons we have an acceptance process and why you would never get into our college, people say, I just want a bit of paper. I know it all already. I just need the piece of paper so I can get a job, or I've got an opportunity with a sporting team, whatever excuses people make. But I have no time for that. I've been studying anatomy and physiology all of my life and I still know nothing. I call it a bee's willy of knowledge, which is a very small thing. I'm learning every single day. Elite athletes are training and pushing and aiming to get better every single day. Business people are always looking for a better way to do it, a faster way to do it, a safer way to do it, a more effective way to do it. People who invent things, their brain is constantly thinking, we're doing this a certain way, how can I do it better? Which is a really important question, I think, when it comes to critical thinking, getting wiser, stronger and better. How do you push your brain? How many things in your life do you do by habit? The way you brush your teeth, the way you butter your toast or whatever you eat, the way you get dressed, the way you drive your car, iron your clothes, wash your clothes, all the things that we do in life. We do them a certain way for a certain reason. We were trained that way by our parents. Somebody in our life taught us to do it that way. It might have been a partner or a business associate. The good business people, the great exercise professionals, the great sports people, they always go back to what they call, the business world calls zero-based thinking. So if I didn't know anything, or I could go back to the beginning and start again, what would I do differently? Because we often get caught up in, we've done it this way, so we keep doing it this way. When I ask people, why do you do 3 sets of 10 in the gym? Why do you train 3 days a week? Why do we split the body up into split programs? There's no physiological answer for that. There's no logical or common sense answer for that, because all the answers that people give me are just regurgitated, that they've got that somebody else's opinion. If you go back to why do we do 3 sets of 10, you have to study your anatomy and physiology. And if you study your anatomy and physiology, 3 sets of 10 doesn't make sense. Why do we train 3 days a week? If you study your anatomy and physiology, that doesn't make any sense. But how many people in gyms right now are training 3 days a week, 3 sets of 10, they're doing the same exercises because that's the way they've always done it. And there's a really fun story that is shared by one of the motivational speakers of all, the funnest motivational speakers of all time, because his name is Zig Ziglar. What a great name. He tells a story about the ham bone. He was at a Christmas party. I'll tell it very, very quickly. They went to cook the Christmas ham bone and somebody chopped the end off the ham bone. And one of the kids said, because that's what I love about kids, they're always curious, why do we do that? And then we knock it out of them. We say, well, this is the way you do it and you have to do it this way too, and then expect them to be critical thinkers. So this child says, why do we cut the end off the ham bone? And mum said, I don't know, go and ask grandma, because I do it because grandma did it. So the child goes to grandma and says, grandma, why do we cut the edge off the ham bone? And grandma says, well, that's a good question, I don't know. I do it that way because my mum did it that way. So great-grandma, who's in a retirement village, I go and visit her in the afternoon. Great-grandma, why do we cut the end off the ham bone when we cook it for Christmas? And grandma said, well, when I first started cooking, we had a really small oven and the ham bone didn't fit, so we cut the end off so it would fit in the oven. That was the only reason. That, I think, and at our house we always call everything that people do over and over and over without thinking about it. We talk about the ham bone. People do stuff because that's how their mum did it, that's how their past employee told them how to do it, that's how their school teacher told them how to do it without thinking about it. So what about we think more? Critical thinking is, why am I doing this? How does it work? Am I regurgitating somebody else's opinion, or is it actually the way that it works? And that's my very special thing, and that's the only thing I ask every day. I want our kids to grow up in a world where they're healthy, fit and strong, they have a career business that they love, they are financially free, and they have great people in their life. And if we keep doing the same thing over and over in exactly the same way, how can we possibly get better? The people in this room keep getting better because they don't keep doing it the same way. And it's interesting because there's a lot of athletes that get to a certain point and they never get any better because they keep doing it the same way that the top level elite athletes do it. The people that get faster, that get stronger, that can kick higher and punch harder are the ones that say, well, that's the way we used to do it. How can I get better? How can I do it differently? Do I need to do it differently so I can get better? And there's a really interesting quote that says, if it's not broken, don't break it. Well, the geniuses in the world think exactly the opposite. It's so interesting. They say, let's bloody break that thing and put it back together and see if we can do it better. Are you getting better is much better than I'm the best. How am I going to get better is a great question to ask your brain rather than make a statement, I want to be the best. Because the best know they've got to keep getting better. Live your life to the max as you keep getting better. Woo! Super duper doo. How are you? I'm keeping getting better.